YouTube, because in case we don't have anybody want to watch from YouTube, we will do it. We are almost going to start in about 1 minute. Okay, I think we started YouTube, because in case we, okay. I think we are live on YouTube. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Hello, everybody, one more time. My name is Dr. Cihan Cobanoglu, and I have here with me Dr. Gozde Turktarhan, and I'm going to share my screen with you in 1 second so that we can share with you what we are doing. Okay, I'm going to go to share screen and go here. Gozde, can you see my full screen there, the presentation?
Yes, Professor, I can see.
Okay, wonderful. Hello, everybody. Officially, one more time, welcome to our webinar entitled Best Practices for Using Crowdsourcing Platforms for Survey Research, the Case of Mechanical Turk. I am Professor Cihan Cobanoglu. I'm the McKibben Endowed Chair Professor and also the Director of M3 Center for Hospitality Technology and Innovation in the MoMA College of Business at the University of South Florida. I am also currently serving as the editor of Journal of Hospitality and Tourism Technology, which is an SSCI and Scopus Index journal with 2.7 impact factor. I also am the proud editor-in-chief for the Journal of Global Business Insight, which is sponsoring this particular section. We also have Dr. Muhittin Cavusoglu from Northern Arizona University as the associate editor of the JGBI. Unfortunately, he's having health challenges, therefore he cannot be with us. But don't worry, you are in good hands because Dr. Gozde Turktarhan is here with me. Gozde?
Hello everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Cihan. Hello everyone, welcome again. I'm Dr. Gozde Turktarhan. I'm from Turkey. After I completed my PhD degree in Turkey, Anadolu University, I came to the United States for my postdoctorate project. Now I am visiting research scholar in University of South Florida, and I'm working with Professor Dr. Cihan for my postdoctorate project. I am also serving as an assistant editor of the Journal of Global Business Insights.
Wonderful. Thank you. I was trying to find the YouTube link here, but thank you so much for also doing this with me. Before we start our session, here we are going to give you some theoretical information about how you can use crowdsourcing platforms such as Amazon Mechanical Turk to be able to collect data. Oh, okay, here you go. Please mute yourself if you are in the listening mode. Again, we will be able to show you some theoretical aspects, some of the best practices, advantages, disadvantages of using a tool like Mechanical Turk, how it can be beneficial in a social survey research. And also, we are going to show this to you in practical action as well, too. So I'm going to actually demonstrate that to you as well. Before we start, let me just give you a quick information about our university and what we do. This particular session is brought to you by the University of South Florida, MoMA College of Business, M3 Center for Hospitality Technology and Innovation. The website for M3 Center is m3center.org. Please feel free to go and have a look at our website. We offer many, many different things, such as this webinar. We are also offering certificate programs. We are offering open access journals, the ones that you see on the screen. Journal of Global Business Insights is the one that's sponsoring today's session, but that's open access. When I say open access, I mean true open access, 100% free to submit, free to publish, free to access. How could this be possible? You may ask yourself. Somebody must pay for the expenses. And who is paying for the expenses is actually the University of South Florida M3 Center and also the University of South Florida, the library. So we would like to thank University of South Florida Library also for doing that, but also we have two other journals, Journal of Global Education and Research, and our brand new journal, Journal of Global Hospitality and Tourism. So feel free, please do submit articles or go to m3center.org and you've got access to all of the journals. I told you that we also offer certificates, open access, free certificates here. And here's one of them, that post-crisis hospitality management certificate. Please go to m3center.org. And if you want to enroll, you can enroll. Also, we have a YouTube channel, which is where this session is also streamed, that you can also watch the lectures if you want to. If you don't want to take the certificate, take the quizzes, etc., you can. But we have also another one. This is from the MoMA College of Business. I'm trying to see who is microphone open here so I can actually try to mute this person, but for some reason, my, how can I do this? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna, if you are, please unmute it, just kindly unmute yourself. And Gozde, I'm gonna also try to make you a co-host so that you can also do that as well too.
Yes, okay, thank you so much.
If you see somebody unmuted, sometimes people don't realize that they are unmuted.
Yes.
So again, this is offered by the MoMA College of Business. M3 Center is providing the technology infrastructure. It's a MOOC. We have more than 135,000 people already in this particular certificate program. And feel free to go in there and enroll if you wish to be one of the 135,000 people that is already taking this. This certificate program is taking place as we speak. So now I would like to turn the floor to Dr. Turktarhan. She's going to tell us a little bit about the Mechanical Turk and crowdsourcing software, and then we will continue from there.
Thank you so much, Professor. Let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, Gozde, we can see it.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello again. Today I'm going to give you a brief information about what is crowdsourcing and crowdsourcing tools and its benefits and disadvantages. But firstly, yes. Firstly, I would like to talk about what is crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing is the outsourcing of work to a large, sometimes undefined crowd of people. So it can also be the thought of as a method of sourcing goods, labor, information, or ideas from a large group of participants. But in the scope of social science, it is defined as the collection of information, opinions, or other types of input from a large number of people, typically via the internet, and which may or may not receive financial compensation. So what are the platforms for crowdsourcing? Actually, we have many platforms for crowdsourcing. We already know some of them because they are really popular on that area. For example, online reviews, forums, Wikipedia, Qualtrics, MTurk. Also, I would like to give you a brief information about Crowdflower and Prolific Academic. Crowdflower is a data enrichment platform with access to an online, on-demand workforce of millions of people who complete tasks that algorithms alone cannot do. And Prolific Academic is another platform, is a site actually where you are paid for your participation in research studies. But today we are going to talk about mostly Amazon MTurk. But firstly, what is the advantage of crowdsourcing? Crowdsourcing platforms allow for a relatively quick collection of data compared to a data collection in the field, and participants are rewarded with an incentive, often financially compensation. Crowdsourcing not only offers a large participation pool, but also a streamlined process for the study design, participation recruitment, and data collection, as well as integrated participants compensation system. Also, compared to other traditional marketing forums, crowdsourcing makes it easier to detect possible sampling bias. Due to advantages such as reduced costs, diversity of participants, and flexibility, crowdsourcing platforms have surged in popularity for researchers. According to research conducted by Absolute Market Insights in this year, in 2021, global crowdsourcing market is expected to reach more than 150 million US dollar by at the end of the 2027. So based on this information, I guess it's possible to say that crowdsourcing will be mentioned and used more in the future. So today's topic, what is MTurk? MTurk is one of the most popular crowdsourcing platforms among researchers, allowing requesters to submit tasks for workers to complete. MTurk has been used as an online crowdsourcing platform for the recruitment of human subjects for research purposes. And it makes it easier for individuals and businesses to outsource their processes and jobs to a distributed workforce who can perform these tasks virtually. So why this MTurk is so popular? What are the advantages of MTurk? Many research have shown that MTurk to be a reliable and cost-effective tool capable of providing representative data for research, especially in the behavioral science. In addition to its use in social science studies, the platform also has been used in marketing, hospitality and tourism, psychology, communication, political science, and sociology contexts. It's an interesting statistic. Between 2012 and 2017, more than 40% of the studies published in the Journal of Consumer Research used crowdsourcing websites for their data collection. So considering how successful and popular this journal, the Journal of Consumer Research is, it is possible to say that this data collection method, crowdsourcing, is accepted in social science research. Also, there's another study. A study by Mellis and Bickel in 2020 shows that MTurk is very, very popular. According to the researchers, the frequency of use of MTurk in scientific research has been continuously increasing, especially in the last 10 years. But besides these advantages, MTurk also has some disadvantages. Although the researchers have assessed crowdsourcing platforms as reliable and cost-effective for data collection in the behavioral science, they are not exempt for flaws. One disadvantage is the possibility of unsatisfactory data quality. In addition, participants in survey research on crowdsourcing platforms are not always who they claim to be. So creating issues of trust with the data provided and ultimately quality of the research findings. A recurrent concern with MTurk workers, for instance, is their assessment as experienced survey takers. So this experience is mainly acquired through completion of thousands of surveys per day, especially when they are faced with similar items and scales. And another challenge using MTurk arises when trying to collect a desired number of responses from a population targeted to a specific city or area. So in summary, it's possible to say that possibility of unsatisfactory data quality, lack of monitoring and data quality issues, and other issues of trust and the quality of the research findings, experienced survey takers, cheater, speeder, and fake respondents are the main disadvantages of MTurk. But to eliminate these disadvantages, some best practices can be recommended in the use of crowdsourcing platforms for data collection purposes. Now I would like to give the stage and the screen to Dr. Cihan for best practices and MTurk in action.
Thank you, Gozde. Thank you so much for a wonderful summary of the advantages and disadvantages of Mechanical Turk, crowdsourcing in general, but we are taking Mechanical Turk as a case study here. And frankly, that is something that you and I use it almost on a monthly basis and I will explain to you when I actually show you that. Okay, now I want to come to that particular slide, and I would like to show you my presentation and then continue where Gozde left off. So I'm going to click on share screen, and here it go. Okay, so the best practices. So I'm going to show this to you in a few more minutes because we didn't want to do too much theory because we can read those things. We already published an editorial. You can go and read by yourself, but instead, we want to show you how really you can do the things that you can do to make sure that you collect good data on Mechanical Turk, because Mechanical Turk or crowdsourcing tools in general can be very, very beneficial, but you have to be careful. So I myself personally have been using Mechanical Turk. I don't really remember, but from probably beginning, that it was not even bought by Amazon at that time. It was a startup, and then they have created this particular tool. And then there's many others, as Gozde have already outlined before. So let's talk about some of the best practices, what you can do, and I will show you how this can happen. First of all, respondent selection. Right? The first thing is think about it yourself, right? The other day, I'm the editor of 3 journals. I received one article about the CEO of Fortune 1000 companies, and they have used Mechanical Turk to collect the data. Think about for a second, CEO of a company, and they collected in Mechanical Turk. That's a big X. That's almost impossible. Why? Because Mechanical Turk has a certain or crowdsourcing, unless it's a specific like Qualtrics, for example, they have, although I doubt that they have CEOs there because the CEOs are so busy that I don't think that, at least this is a theory that I have, I don't think that they are going to go sign up to Amazon as survey takers, as they call it, workers, and take these surveys. So first things first, what I mean is that you need to actually create in such a way that your sample population that you're targeting is actually suitable for a Mechanical Turk. For example, you can, if you're doing a study about grocery shoppers, about the risks of online ordering, absolutely yes. Or as we have mentioned in our editorial article, online shoppers, students, hourly employees in hospitality, in business. So those kind of things would be absolutely suitable. So that's number one. Best practices, number one, don't claim that you are going to go and collect data from Mechanical Turk for everything, because there are certain things that you cannot do. It will not just simply make sense. So from that perspective, I'm going to just, and I would like to also tell you that researchers should use the selection tool in the software. And I'm going to show that to you. You know what, if you'd like, maybe it's even better that while I am doing it, I will jump into Mechanical Turk and tell you what I mean. So this second bullet here, researchers should use the selection tool in the software, is actually this. So I'm going to switch now to Mechanical Turk, right? And if you don't have a Mechanical Turk at all, if this is the first time that you are using this tool to collect data, by the way, you need to spend money, and we're going to talk about that, how much money you need to spend, but I'm going to show that to you in a few seconds. So I want to just first of all show you that you need to sign in or sign up first as a requester, right? You are the requester as the researcher, and the people who are going to fill out your survey are the workers. So let me go ahead and log in into my account. This is my regular account. As you see, as a matter of fact, I am even collecting data as we speak right now, because I'm doing a monthly travel confidence index survey, which I use Mechanical Turk, which is perfectly fine. And for you to be able to create a new project, you are going to click on create. So again, I am here just to remind you where I am. I am here in the best practices. We are talking about the second bullet here. Researchers should use selection tool in the software. And when I mean is the software is this Mechanical Turk, there is also other pieces. So for us to be able to create a particular survey, you see, Mechanical Turk doesn't only allow you to do a survey. You can do many other things. You can do other surveys. You can do image contains, video classification. You can even ask people to audio transcription. I mean, it's a crowdsourcing, right? It's the bridge between the workers and the researcher or whoever is doing it. So from that perspective, just survey link is one that I'm showing you here, but there's other things. For you to be able to create a job, right? So you will click on survey link, make sure that you're in survey link. Mechanical Turk knows that I'm here mainly for survey link. Frankly, I didn't use anything else besides the survey link and then you will just click on create project as you see here. And then this is going to show you now, this is where you can start create whatever. So we're going to call this test project, and I'm going to actually go through this answer a survey. So this is what people are going to see when they are looking for so whatever it is, okay, so social media use for travel purposes. Just imagine that I'm doing this particular topic here. So I'm going to copy paste this because I'm going to use this. And I will do this again, description. Maybe I can tell people more. So this is social media, travel. I can put some. This is, again, remember, some people, the workers I'm talking about, your respondents are going to search for these items. So make sure that you have good keywords that will catch there. Okay, here is the money part. How much are you going to pay them? This is a suggestion, okay? Everybody is different and everybody can do whatever they want. But the rule of thumb, okay? If you are doing this study in America, let's say Senna, I see her video, Brian is here. Brian or Senna are going to collect data from US American population. They want to find out what the average shopper in America do about privacy, or about robots used in services, or whatever, okay, whatever that your topic is, as long as it's suitable to do. And what is that you need to consider, that how long does it take for your survey to finish on average? So you need to calculate in such a way that you will not pay less than minimum wage, even though there is no restriction. You can. Okay, somebody must have had the YouTube there. So you are going to actually pay them minimum wage, okay? Hopefully more. The more that you pay, the more faster responses you're gonna get, and probably a better quality as well too. So my thing is about 40 cents for about a survey that's going to take about 7 minutes or so, or 35 cents is usually a sweet spot where I can get a lot of people without complaining. Because if you pay them too little, don't be cheap on this, okay? Don't put like 10 cents. You will get some responses. I can guarantee you that, first of all, they're going to be in bad quality, and also you will not be able to fill your quota. So without further ado, let's say that I'm going to do 35 cents here. And how many do you need? This is another interesting component. I have this in my slides, okay? But I just switch. Instead, I rather show you in real practice here instead of just, but we'll go over that again. So this survey respondents is a key. What I always suggest as a rule of thumb, again, this is from Gozde, Muhittin, myself, Faizan Ali, all of our researchers at the M3 Center. are based on our experiences that you need to collect 30% more than you need. If you need 100 responses, you need to put here 130. To be safe, you put even 40%. So if you need 500, you need to put 700, right? So another 40%, that's 200. Or if you need 300 responses, another 40% and 120. So that's like 420. Why? You can ask me, why, Cihan, you are asking us to spend more money than we need? Because I'll tell you a little bit later that about 30 to 40% of these responses that you will get, you're gonna trash it. You're not gonna use it because they are bad quality. And I will show you how you can actually get rid of those bad responses. At the end of the day, you are going to come that, okay, for the sake of example, I'm gonna say 100. How long time allowed? How long do you want to give them? Usually 1 hour is good and 7 days is good. It means that it will take people to see that 7 days on the list of the jobs, right? Yours, what we are doing is a job, right? They call it HIT. I don't remember what it stands for, but that is a job, a work, that survey link that you're putting. And if this auto approve, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that in a second. Whenever that your workers do the survey, they need to get a code. They need to put this code in here. This is how you can know that they have done your survey. And I will show you how you can put that in code in the Qualtrics. I'm using Qualtrics. I assume that you can do this in other software like SurveyMonkey, Google Forms, etc. But I'm familiar with Qualtrics, so I'm going to show you in Qualtrics. So if you don't approve them, in 3 days later, they will automatically get their money. Which money? 35 cents. Okay, and here's this one. Let me come back so that you follow where I am talking about. So we are talking about best practices, and we are talking about MTurk worker selection. So we are actually going to use a filter to select who we want. So here is that I want to be able to use here that require workers to be masters to do your task. Masters are the top workers. They will not do work for 35 cents. I mean, these are the approved people. You need to pay them high money because they are not too many out there, and but they are going to be probably very high quality comparable to what Qualtrics does. So I say no to this, but I can use this one. Is very good because if I click on this add another creation criteria, so I can use here, right, several of them, up to 4 more. I think you can do 5. The one that I do use 2 of them, which is very important. One is location. I always collect my data based on the collection. Why? Because I may be just interested in people from India, or I may be just interested in people from USA, or I may be just interested in people from a particular geographic location, wherever that might be. So if that's the case, you can actually choose even a state. As you can see here, there's all these options. These are where the workers are located. So I'm going to choose USA here, and that's good for me. And then I can even get rid of the people who are not from USA, but who filled out my survey. There is a way to do that. That's the IP address. So another one that I usually use is number of approval rate. This is good because whenever you approve a worker, remember, I'm going to show that to you. As a matter of fact, there is a study right now going on. I will show you live how I can approve that. And those rates, when I approve somebody, that person gets a percentage, right? If they've done 5 jobs and every 5 times they got approved by the people requester, that's me, the researcher, they get plus points. So that's 100%, right? If this person filled out 10 surveys, but 2 times they got rejected, meaning that the code that they gave me is not good or whatever that is done, then that person is 80%. So I usually do this for 80% or more. You can do it for 90% more. The more you do, the less people you're going to find. This is not the only selection that I'm going to do. I'm going to do other ones. So I'm going to say that this is visible to public. I'm going to click on design layout. Here, this is what people are going to see when they click on your work. Okay, when I say work, that's the quiz program here. So you are going to write here whatever that you want to write. Academic, remember we were saying that social media use in travel. We need to understand your opinion about how you use social media when you travel. I'm just making this up, okay? This is just to make up, just to show you. Please, and then you can write here. So we're going to talk a little bit about the filter questions. Kind of like, remember Dr. Gozde earlier talked about cheaters? Unfortunately, in Mechanical Turk, there are many cheaters out there. These people don't read your questions. They just like copy paste or click on your survey because all they care is that 35 cents, 40 cents. This is how they make money. Unfortunately, there are quite a few of them. As a matter of fact, about 30%, as I told earlier, are going to be going to trash basket there. But you need to take control of that. You need to get rid of them. You need to clean your data. You're going to say to the people that, please note, this is just me, I'm doing it. Everybody may have a different way of doing it. Please note that there are several attention checked questions in the survey. If you do not answer them correctly, you will not be compensated. Okay, and then I do this, and then I just delete this. And this is where your survey link is going to come. Where is my survey link? This is my Qualtrics. You see, this is actually what I'm doing right now. So I just am going to create a test project here. I will do this to show you. I'm going to go get the link to this survey, right? It could be Google form, it could be SurveyMonkey, whatever that you're using. If any of you is using Qualtrics, you probably know what I'm talking about. This is how I can get my user, the link for this survey. So I will copy this. I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to put this. This is, and you see this box, this is where they are going to put the code that you are going to give them when they complete your task, which is this, take the survey. And how is that going to come to them? Just wait for a few seconds because I'm going to show that to you. And we're going to do this. I'm going to click on preview, and this looks perfect. They can click here, they can read. You can write here, this survey takes about 7 minutes to take. I didn't write them, but you can write here more stuff, or IRB. If IRB, your IRB internal review board requires you to put information, you can put. You can put here, it takes 7 minutes on average. You'll be compensated 35 cents. Whatever that you need to put, you can put here. And then when these people see it, they will see it here. They're going to click on this link and they're going to do the survey. Then they are going to write a code that you give them. But you need to make that code different so that these people smart. Once they know that your code is static, if you just put one static code, they will come here many times. They have different accounts. They will try to take as much money possible from you as possible. So, okay, let's go back to my presentation. I will come back to Mechanical Turk. For example, if you target workers from one country, remember I showed you that you can choose people from United States. And you can do it again, another survey, maybe 100 people, you're going to do it from United States. Another 100, you are going to do it from, let's say, UK. And of course, you have to pay attention that if you're going to choose people from Turkey, that you need to be careful because how many of the workers from Turkey speak English if your survey is in English. So you need to also consider that one as well. But there is also, once the data is collected, you can also get rid of the IP addresses outside of the United States. So let's continue. Consider the demographics of workers on MTurk, which must reflect the study target population. Remember, I told you about grocery shoppers, online shoppers, students, the people who live, stay in an Airbnb, the people who eat in restaurants, hourly employees, or all are suitable for a Mechanical Turk, but not the CEOs, not the IT managers, not the vice president of a company, big company, a general manager of a hotel. Those are less likely to be found on Mechanical Turk. So as an editor, if I were to get a article that has Mechanical Turk data from a population group that I would say think likely not possible, I will not accept that article. Desk reject. Include screening questions in different places with different type of questions to make sure that respondents are appropriate for your study. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Why? Because we are telling you that not only you can choose the location, but also you can, inside of your survey, you can try to understand if these people are good for you or not. And I will show you how you can do that. Here's one example. This example comes from Dr. Gozde. Very good example. If you ask, how experienced are you with accounting practices? Let's say that you are trying to get a survey, people who are using accounting software. One of the accounting software like GoDaddy has one, QuickBooks has one. I'm just making this up, okay? Imagine. So you are asking people if they are, so if you ask like this, how experienced are you with accounting practices? Guess what they're gonna say? They know that you're asking this for screening purposes. If you say no, they're not gonna get selected. So they will say yes to this, right? This is one thing. And the other one here is that instead of asking like this, maybe a better question, this is just an example and a suggestion, which of the following is a component of an income statement? If the people that you are looking for is somebody that you want them to know about accounting, they should be able to give a correct answer to this question. So this is one example. And survey validity, best practices. We are talking about best practices. We are talking about survey validity. Conduct a pilot survey for Mechanical Turk workers to identify and fix any potential data quality or programming problems. You know what happened one day? I put the code, but the code didn't work. And then if I had this larger group, it would have created very unhappy Mechanical Turk workers. I did a quick pilot study with 50 people. If you have a problem, they will tell you, then you can fix it. Plus, you can see how people are responding and multiple validity check tools in your survey. Remember this. This is a second bullet point here. I'm going to show that to you how I do it. And you can also do the same if you'd like, or different things. Everybody can come up with different ideas. I have several ones that will be happy to share with you. And also, by the way, it's in our article. So if you missed this one, you can always go to that editorial JGBI, which we're going to share the link with you a little bit later. And also remember, there are some internet bots. Those are, again, cheaters, right? There are some cheaters in Mechanical Turk. They actually use a bot to go and click on your survey. If you don't do anything that is going to prevent them, then you are going to actually have a problem. So again, we're going to show you how you can take care of this problem. Use time limit options offered by online survey tools so that they cannot finish very quickly. If somebody finish in 2-3 minutes, you can get rid of them. You can tell them that, hey, look, even though this takes average 7 minutes, if you take this survey less than 4 minutes, I'm going to delete your response. You can do it to yourself. You can tell them. Collect data in different days and times. I do that. So that you can have a representative sample. Otherwise, you may get, you can even collect data up to 500, 600 people from Mechanical Turk within a day or 2 days, depending upon how much money you pay. If you pay more, you will get faster responses. Data cleaning. I'm going to show this to you also too in a second, okay? Just allow me some time. Let me go through this quickly. Data cleaning. Some respondents do not read questions. As we already said, they are cheaters, or sometimes they are tired. They may take questions, these surveys all day long, or they may be using bots that I have told you, like a robot that fill out randomly selected things. You will exclude them. from your data, and always collect more data than needed. I told you 30% is what I suggest, but I always collect about 40% more. If you get more clean data, more than that, less than 40% bad data, I should say, then it's a good thing. And calculating response rate for the samples using Mechanical Turk is not possible. If you get an article, or if you write an article, don't write that our response rate is 40%, 50%, 60%, because you don't know how many people see it and how many people take it. And it's because incentivized, that's why it's difficult. However, you can actually calculate active response rate, which means that from all the people who filled out your survey, how many people actually are clean data. And we are going to, I'm going to show that to you in few seconds. So this is the slideshow. Let me introduce you this article. You can scan the QR code, or you can go to m3center.org, actually, for that matter, and you can even access our Journal of Global Business Insights from this link here that you see, or simply go to Google Scholar and type either the title of the article or not. Okay, let's see it in action. I'm going to show you the real Mechanical Turk data that I am collecting as we speak. This is Qualtrics, right? This is Qualtrics, and I am collecting right now, and in M3 Center, we actually have a survey for traveler confidence. So this is what we are doing. As you can see, we are doing this since July 2020. We have about 5,000 respondents so far. Every month we are sending this. So I just sent it, the one in April. I do it in the first week of April. Let's look at this for a second, okay? This is the Qualtrics survey. This is IRB. My university requires me to apply internal service, internal IRB review board. Internal review board. Okay, this is for all social or science research that it goes to a committee, they approve it, right? This is social research. Usually it's pretty good. And I asked them that they need to consent because that's what IRB requires me. And now look at here. Please pay attention what I'm asking them. I'm asking them which state they are currently residing, right? So this is one way that I can actually look at their IP address if they are really from USA, right? Because I'm interested. This is the US travel index, travel confidence index for the US. So I want to know that they are from US. If not, I can actually clean them later. Look what I'm asking. What is your age? You may ask me, Dr. Cihan, why you are asking like this? There is a reason why. This is one of the validity check tools that we are using in our surveys, that we ask the same question in 2 different times. Let me show you how. Look at here. I am 49 years old. I was born in 1971, right? If you make the math, it's 1971, 49. But if I was born in December, I would be 48 now, right? But I was born, whatever. Okay, you understand what I mean. So there's usually 1 or 2 years calculation errors. But I am asking this question at the end of my survey. Look at here. Let's scroll down to the end of the same survey. But this time, what did I ask them? What is your birth year? Why I asked like this? You know why? The reason is that if they say 49, and here they put 1982, what are they doing? They are cheating. They are not even reading your question. They are not giving you right answer. This is one way of the ways that you can actually clean that bad data. So later, I'm going to show you actually in a second that when I collect this data, I can actually calculate from their age, their birth year. But I usually accept 1 or 2 plus and minus, because I may say 49, maybe I was born in 1971, maybe I was born 1972 or 1970. There's 2 years. Those are acceptable, right? I would say that, because when Gozde, somebody asks her how old she is, she will say 25. but she may be born in 1980. You know, if there is 1 or 2 years difference, that's perfectly fine. What do you see here? Do you see that I am using CAPTCHA? I am sure that you are very familiar with this. When you go and sign in to some websites, they are asking that I am not a robot. You need to show people that you're not a robot. Why do I use this? Because remember, some people are using bots like robots to fill out your survey randomly. If they do, they cannot see this. They cannot click on it. This CAPTCHA is actually show them some pictures and ask them, for example, click on the traffic light, pictures that has traffic light. I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about, like these little circles. I'm going to show you an example in few seconds. So this is number one. This is number two, validity check, right? Look, I'm not done yet. I am not done yet. I have more because I want my data as clean as possible. I don't care about these people getting the money. I give them the 35 cents as long as they finish the survey. But what I care is my data to be clean. Look, what is 2 plus 2? Please choose 5 from the choices below. You can come here and you can actually get rid of people who don't choose 5 from the choices. Again, I'm trying to see if they are reading the survey or not. But what I simply do is that I keep the people who say 4 because they may be still reading the survey and answer you correctly. But if they choose 3 or 6, that means that they are not reading your survey. If they choose 4 and 5, I keep them, right? Or you may be even more strict that say that if they didn't choose 5, I will get rid of them. You can also do that too. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm not done yet. I have another one. See, you put them in different places in the survey. What is the color of banana? Please choose red. I put choose red. And again, you can be very restrictive if you can get rid of anybody who didn't choose red because you want them to read the instructions if they didn't do it. So you can go here and you can even add in here. You can say, please choose, for example, strongly agree here. There are people, in my opinion, the CAPTCHA and the age and your birth date is one of the most efficient ones, Okay, let's continue. I do this, and I can ask many different, whatever questions I'm going to ask, I ask, and then I'm ready now to collect, to look at my data. I'm going to go into my anonymous link. Okay, so let me go back to Amazon Turk. Let me come back here and I'm going to click on manage. Here's my confidence index. This is happening right now. Look, I sent this, I think 2 days ago. 416 people took it out of 1,000. I send it to every month to 1,000 people. And I get about 700, 800 clean responses from this, right? So as you can see, 43% of them did it, right? Let me look at who did it, how they did it. And I'm going to come to the code. You see the code here, right? What do you see? What is the repeating theme here? You see, I actually used a trick to be able to detect the questions, the codes that are not valid. It always starts with ZZ. It always ends with US. There is a 5-digit number in between, randomly generated. This person didn't put, but I think he is correct or she is correct because he or she just didn't put the US. So I'm going to accept this. How do I accept? Approve them. Approve means I'm going to give them the money, right? If they didn't, let's look at the next batch. This is about 50 of them or whatever it is. So I'm going to go to the next batch and let's see how, if there is anybody who did not put my code. And next, I'm going to show you how to put this code in Qualtrics so that you can generate a random code in. Let's look. Look, my people are pretty good. Almost everybody finished my survey and I can approve them. Now, the minute that I do this, they get 35 cents into their account because Amazon takes a little bit money from me for doing this. And then they also get this. Okay, let's go into Amazon. I'm gonna, I wanted to see if there is a bad code here, but there is not a bad code actually. It's almost everybody is good. So how do you put the code? Let me show you. In here, let me go into Qualtrics. You can actually create a randomly generated code. To show you this, let me create a new project very quickly. I know we are almost out of time. I want to get started. This is Qualtrics. I'm going to say test2 and create the project. Imagine this is my survey, right? I'm going to put this on Qualtrics in few seconds. So I'm going to write, hello, thank you for coming, for taking my survey. Let's say this is your IRB. I'm not going to do it too much. I'm going to make this descriptive text. I'm going to create another survey. Have you ever stayed in a hotel in the last 12 months? Imagine this is one of my questions. I do yes, no, okay. Imagine, and I ask more question. Okay, what type of hotel was it? Again, I'm making this up, okay? Budget hotel, luxury hotel, you have all this stuff. So, and I can put a stuff here. If they didn't stay in a hotel, I can just say skip logic here. And if it is no, terminate the survey, right? This is good. Otherwise, they will continue. So they will come here, and I can even say skip logic here. If they say yes, go to the next hotel, right? Done. Okay, very good. Now, where is the code? Imagine that our survey is only 2 questions. Of course, in reality, it's not 2 questions. How can I put a code here? Here's how I do it. There is many different ways, by the way. This is not the only way. Click on survey flow, and you can actually create a randomly code, that 5-digit code that I show you. You can click on add element. Look, here is embed data. I clicked on embed data, and I'm going to say survey ID. Don't forget you write here, survey ID, okay? Okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm going to go here again, click on embed data. I will put survey ID, and I'm going to click on value here. Why? I cannot. Okay, just 1 second. Embed data, survey ID, and this is straight. Oh, here we go. Okay, survey data. I'm going to click on custom value, and here insert pipe text random number. You see how this is? So I put here 10,000 and go to 99,000. So 5-digit, and I'm gonna also make this survey ID. Let's put random survey ID here. This one, I actually, okay, I don't, this is what it, I don't know why it came here, but we normally don't need this. Let's see if I can delete it. Yeah, this is what I need. I put here, I tell Qualtrics that make a random data, and I'm gonna move this to the beginning of the survey. I'm gonna move it to the first portion. This is random. This is hidden. Nobody sees it. I'm gonna click on save flow. So what I just told Qualtrics is that create a random number between 10,000 and 99,000. And I'm going to come here. Let's say that this person finished the survey. I'm going to say here, thank you for taking my survey. Here is your Mechanical Turk code. And I'm going to come here to rich text. Remember that random ID. I'm going to click on this little AA, embed data field, random survey ID. So it will insert here, but I'm going to put 2 digits, letters in there. So I'm going to put CC, and I'm going to put FF, let's say. Why I'm doing this? Because Remember, when I go into Qualtrics, I want to recognize them easily. I don't want to even look at this code. It's randomly generated. It will come there automatically. So let me go back to my survey. Let's see if this works, okay? Hopefully it works. I know it works, but I may have not done something correctly. So I'm going to take this survey. Click here. So thank you for, do you remember no? If I say no, I should get out of the survey. No code, right? I didn't qualify. So here, thank you taking my survey. I'm going to click on yes. And then it asks me this one. You see this? CC 94555F. This is the code that I was telling you. Remember, look, 94555. I'm going to say this, continue. I'm going to take the survey again. By the way, you can also make your survey not taking more than one time. Look at this. See how it is different? Every time it's different, right? They can just choose something, then can go there. But of course, you need to prevent this from happening because you don't want these people to take the same survey many times and make money from you. How you do that in Qualtrics, you can click on survey options and you can choose this prevent ballot box stuffing, okay? So if you do this, it will only allow you to take this survey one time from the same IP address. Finally, so let me go back to Mechanical Turk. If you are going to create a survey here, here's how you can actually publish, okay? After you create it, remember we create this here, you can create this survey. After you create, you're gonna click on here. And do you remember this test project? We did it earlier. You're gonna click on publish batch. This is when I'm gonna send to people. I'm not gonna do this, but I wanna show you how it works. So I look at again, this is what people are gonna see. It shows them that this is US people, hit approval rate. I'm gonna go to next. It will show me, look, Mechanical Turk is telling me that, Cihan, you are giving them 35 cents. You ask 100 people, so that's $35 that you're gonna pay to these people. But I'm charging you $14. That's what they charge. This is their fee structure. You have to pay this, unfortunately. So it's $49. If you don't have money in a credit card, it will ask you to put a credit card, or you can go into your account and purchase prepaid plan there, $50, $100. And again, see, about 100 people, if I pay them 35 cents, it's going to cost me about $49. If you increase this money, of course, the fee that you're going to pay is going to increase. Lastly, okay, we are almost out of time, and I don't know, I think we have quite a few questions, but let me show you. This is from Qualtrics. I got this from Qualtrics. I downloaded this from data analysis. This is my SPSS data. You can download this. This is again Qualtrics thing. You can download it as Excel, SPSS, Tableau, you name it. I downloaded as SPSS. Here is my data. Do you remember my people who said age? Look, the age are here, the ones that I start using this age in the last few months. So this one comes from all the way from, let's look, I'm gonna actually right click and sort descending. You see that I have people here. They told me that there are 79 people. But what I can do, I can check this, right? I can compare this 79 to at the end. Do you remember? I asked them birth year. Does it make sense to you? 79? It does make sense, right? Some of them does make sense. I can actually calculate their birth year age from here. How do I do it? I go to transform, compute variable. This is age calculated, right? I'm gonna say that this is, how do I calculate this? I calculate like this. I'm gonna say 2021 minus their age. Where is their age? Let me find their age. So if I do this, what am I gonna find? It's a simple math, right? If I deduct this 2021 their age, then I'm gonna get to their age, calculated age, right? And then I can see if this is correct or not. Let's look. I put here 1942. This is based on their age. Remember what I did? 2021 minus the age. They put age here. look at here. This is their age. You see, 79. Let me go to the end. Look, this is what they put at the end. I don't know if I'm confusing you, but I asked 2 times. What's your age? What's your birth year, right? So 1941, 1942, this is good for me. 1 year, 1 or 2 years disparity is no problem. Look, my data is pretty good. Maybe there is some, and I can even deduct this from this one. I can calculate one more, and then I can deduct this from this one to this one. If the difference more than 2, I can get rid of these people. You can also do that one as well too, right? So you can go here and do you remember my banana question? I have banana question. I have 2 + 2 question. Let me see where they are. I can also sort my data based on this one. Let me look at my data here. Where is my data for 2 + 2? So Q8, this is Q8. And I asked them to choose 5. Remember 5? So 3 is what they need to choose. I'm going to go to Q8. I'm going to ascend this, sort ascending. So see, these 4, I can delete them. These 2, 1, I delete, right? I'm cleaning my data right now. Remember, Q8. Q8 is the one right here. This is what I asked them. 2 + 2 is, what is 2 + 2? Choose 5. 5 was 3. See, all these 3s are good. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to go all the way to the end. Actually, I can even do ascending, so I can find the ones that are nothing, right? The ones that have nothing, they didn't use anything, I will get rid of them. 1, 2s, will get rid of them. I can clean them if I wanted to. What you see is not clean data, but if you want to clean them, you can clean them. Okay, so this is it. But I want to show you one more slide, and I'm going to go to your questions. If I know we are over 1 hour time, but I want to show you this article one more time. Whatever that we show you is here. You can look at this article. Feel free to cite it. If you're using Mechanical Turk, just do it. If you do what we show you here, reviewers are going to like it, because if you just say that you use Mechanical Turk and you don't tell them what you have done to do the validity check, respondent filtering, then they are not going to probably give acceptance to your paper. They will have question marks. But if you do those things, I think that you are likely to get accepted. At least as an editor, I will accept your paper from that perspective. Also, for Journal of Global Business Insights, we have a special issue that's going on right now. You can go to m3center.org and you can find what you are seeing here. Please feel free to submit an abstract to this M3 Center. You will be able to go here, and we have JGBI special issue is the JGBI special issue is the website for this particular special issue. Okay, you can just send an email there. And okay, finally, let me stop sharing my screen and let's look at Gozde. Do we have any questions?
Yes, Professor. There is a question from Bonnie Farber. If you want to collect data over different days and times, does that mean you are running duplicate identical projects with different
Yes.
open close times?
Yes, good question. Yes, you can do that. And there's also one way. We don't have time, but you know, let's say that you're doing this on a Monday, okay? Ideally, you should do it maybe even 2-3 days, especially if you want to apply to a high-level journal. So you will do, let's say, Monday, okay? And then you will do on Wednesday, and then you will do Friday, and you will do one on the weekend. And you can divide your data. Let's say that you want 600 data. So for each day, you will choose 150. But what you can do, once you get this survey respondents codes, you can actually put them in Mechanical Turk and not send the same survey to the same people. So this way you will get a very nice representative sample. Please ask Gozde, the next
There's
one.
another question, Professor, from Ashna John. Another limitation, actually, it's not a question, but another limitation is that people from all countries cannot enroll as a requester in MTurk. I'm from India and I couldn't do it. I want to know if there is an option to enroll as requester regardless of the country you belong to.
Two ways to get tackle this problem. One, you can find a co-author who's from America who can do it for you. You know, I am in teams sometimes with other people from other countries. I handle the survey collection, for example. This is one way. And Sedan Doğan, one of our visiting scholars at the M3 Center, also mentioned there that you can also use a VPN. And with your VPN, you can appear that you are from USA and then get that register also too. That is, by the way, Mechanical Turk is not the only one, right? There's many other ones. I mean, you can look, China has their different ones. I think it's called Suju, whatever they call it. There is Qualtrics. Qualtrics is more expensive because you pay more money, but you can do it from any country actually. Or Mechanical Turk, you can do it. We can even maybe create I have a group in social media survey research group in Facebook. I'm happy to invite you there. We have our contact information. I didn't share that with you, but please email me. I'll be happy to help you with those, and I will send you my Facebook page also too. You can go there and you can become a member of this group and we can discuss this there. We'll be happy to help you with that. But these are our contact information. Again, I apologize on behalf of Dr. Muhittin Cavusoglu, who couldn't feel well today. That's why he's not with us. Any other question goes there?
Actually, Sedan Doğan from Turkey asked that MTurk supports only Qualtrics and Google Forms, right? And also Dr. Faizan Ali responded her. Let me share his response. Not necessarily. Any platform that can create a unique random compilation code that can be used with MTurk, that also only to make sure they complete the task and get paid.
Yes, that's right. And you know, you don't even have to create a random code. To be honest with you, you can even do a static code. But if the Mechanical Turk workers understand that you have a static code, then they can use this to resubmit. But you can do it with any kind of survey software. I use it with Question Pro also.
Also, Faizan Ali raises hands. So
yeah, please, Faizan,
you wanna, can you hear me?
Feel
free to talk. Yeah.
Just a quick observation. Thank you, Dr. Cihan and Dr. Gozde, for a very interesting presentation. I just wanted to say that whenever people talk about MTurk and surveys, then others highlight the limitations, and that's a good idea to know what are the limitations. But the limitations that we have with MTurk, and many people don't like it for those limitations, and that is, how would you know that people are really the right people or whatever? I just want to say that even with normal surveys, those limitations exist. Like, let's say you go to a market and you want to collect data from people who eat at McDonald's. So you go and ask people, do you eat at McDonald's? They say yes. So you trust them, right? You don't ask them, show me a receipt from McDonald's or show me a bag of McDonald's. You don't do that. You trust it. So this is one. The other thing, Dr. Cihan, is that many people, when they use MTurk, they become lazy. So I just want to say that instead of really taking or considering MTurk as a shortcut of collecting data fast, think of it how you can use it creatively in your research. So a couple of ways how people can use it. One is many top journals now do not accept papers with one-shot data collected, right? So what can you do is you can put filters in, like what you just told, right? So you can collect data from people, let's say male respondents, just male respondents. And then after a week or something, collect data again with female respondents or any other filter. So you have two different data sets and then you can compare them, right? This is one way of using it a bit creatively. It can help. The other way is now, if you are using SEM, right, structural equation modeling with a model, then now top journals ask people for robustness tests. So most of the robustness test simply means that if you have a model, would it produce the similar results in other situations, right? So many people use statistical tests for that. I think MTurk can really work very well. And if you go to look at, let's say, Journal of Academy of Marketing Science or Journal of Consumer Research, you would see that what they do is they create a model, they use a student sample first, like 50 people or something, with study 1. Then study 2, they maybe increase that student sample to, let's say, 200 students. And then study 3 is a national sample coming from MTurk or such platforms. So you establish the validity of your results and the model, right? I mean, the idea is to think creatively on how you can integrate this MTurk in your research.
Yes,
that's all what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Faizan. Thank you so much for your insightful views on this. I appreciate it. And Faizan, also speaking of Faizan here, I would like to just maybe Gozde, you can type his youtube.com/researchbeast is his channel. Faizan has many great videos there, similar to this one. He is also the coordinator of M3 Center at the University of South Florida. For that reason, he's also doing a lot of great, even more than I do myself here. So please feel free to go and subscribe to his channel. Similarly, we also send you youtube.com/M3 Center is also the channel for M3 Center YouTube. Please feel free to also subscribe there, and then you can get videos, etc. I think this is it. I try to answer all questions in the chat. We are 13 minutes over our time. I hope you found it useful, this this webinar, this workshop. We want to spread the word about, those are crowdsourcing tools, can be tricky, but they can be a very good resource for you to collect data in a fast-paced, and you can make it reliable and valid. That will go there. Gozde has posted the Faizan's Research Beast channel there. Thank you to all of you. I want to share with you last time our contact information one more time. My email is here, Muhittin's is here, and Gozde's is here. Feel free to email us. My website is cobanoglu.com, my last name.com, and also m3center.org. Thank you so much for coming to our presentation. We appreciate it. And if you have any more further questions, let us know. We'll be happy to cover them in the future. If you have any other ideas, tell us. We'll be happy to do more sessions like this one. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, depending upon wherever you are. We hope to see you soon in another event. Bye-bye. Thank you also, Gozde, very much. And of course, Dr. Muhittin for his work for article. Don't forget to download it and cite it in your studies. This is an editorial. It's not an article, I should have said. It's a more like a best practices paper. Goodbye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.